Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show brought to you by Read the Play, promoted trophy and clothing company, Kempy International.
Welcome back to the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. We are moving into our football segment now, and we're lucky enough to have Mark Jackman, the president of the St Joseph's Football Club. Mark, thank you for coming on.
No worries, Tim. Pleasure to be here.
And I guess we are focusing on the juniors today. So St Joseph's is a club where you've had a lot of junior success over the years, and that's something that you'll be looking to continue in your reign as president.
Absolutely, Tim. Yeah, I guess St Joey's are really proud of their history as a junior club. I guess it's how we came about to be a senior football club. And yeah, we've always had strong juniors thanks to a great feeder program through the college.
And that probably the best thing too when you've got guys like James Fitzgerald running around in your seniors as well, and it just shows that everything you're doing in your junior program's really working.
Absolutely, yeah. Look, we're very proud. Even the guys that we got back to the club this year are former juniors from the club. So we do have a blend, but you know, I think that the great thing is that, you know, Corey Bauer and Brett Jackman are captain and vice captain, and they're both juniors from the club as well. So great tradition.
And another guy that I wanted to ask you about too, obviously the seniors probably having a bit of an influence on the juniors. Peter Street, he's a guy that's brought a lot of professionalism to the club with his experience at AFL level. Has he had any impact with the juniors? And you spoke about Jackman and those sort of guys. Are they helping out with the juniors as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Mark Hovey is one of those coaches that tries to make sure he engages all of the senior footballers, and those that come to the club, like Peter, obviously we have an expectation that they make a contribution back. And Pete comes up here, he was involved in all the jumper presentations at the start of the season, you know, gave all the kids their jumpers, and he's been involved in some coaching drills, as has, you know, some other players like Butch Shaw and, you know, Corey Bauer, and even some of the younger fellas too, you know, they do a great job contributing back to the club.
And I guess it must be great too for the junior players to have those sort of guys to look up to as well and say, look, I want to be a senior footballer for St Joseph's, and these are the sort of guys that I can end up playing like.
Yeah, no, that's true. I know that it's a big thrill for Kieran Palioris and also for Cameron Johnson, who are both 16-year-olds playing in our seniors today. And, look, you know, for them it's a huge thrill to be able to play alongside Corey Bauer, Peter Street, absolutely.
And then you think about some of the players that your junior program has produced as well. Nick Maxwell naming just one. He's a Collingwood captain now. He's going to be back at the club this weekend. So very good to get him back. And I guess on the eve of his 100th game as well against St Kilda, it's going to be pretty important to have him back around the club.
Tim, we're so proud of some of these guys that have come through the club. We've had, just running around at the moment, some great juniors. Obviously, Nick Maxwell playing his 100th, and congratulations, Nick. It's a sensational effort. Sean Higgins played all his junior football here with us. You've got Timmy Callan running around for the Bulldogs as well. You know, the contribution that the club's made to senior AFL ranks has been great, and, you know, for the best part, those blokes continue to help us out too.
And we've been taking in, obviously, the action from the under-16s today. I guess all that starts, though, with the guys over playing on the other ground in the Little League, and it just shows the strength and depth of the junior ranks that you do have here as well, that you've got two sides running around over there, and then probably 2 or 3 under-16 and under-14 sides as well this year.
Tim, if I could just pay compliment to one person in particular, John McKinnon. John ran our Little League program for several years, and he's now involved in our he was running our Auskick program for a number of years, and now he's heavily involved in the Little League. The Little League has now come across from the college under St Joseph's, and we've got 2 games going on over the Walker Oval at the moment, and an under-16C game on the main oval, and couldn't be prouder to see all those kids running around for us today.
And I guess they're the sort of volunteers that you do need around as well. I'm guessing you've got a very strong junior committee to have sort of that depth and strength that you do have in the junior ranks.
Yeah, we do. Look, it's headed up by Jane Latore. So we've got a lady running the football show, which is fantastic. So Jane basically is the vice president in charge of junior football, and she covers under 16, under 14, and also Little League and Auskick. And within that group, we've got some wonderful people. Jenny Marino, the coaching staff at all levels, guys like Todd Devine, just fantastic helpers around the club.
Mark, well, that's fantastic. We thank you for your time here on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. We're joined by the coach of the St Joseph's C's in the under-16s, Mark Hyde. Mark, your boys just came off a very good win against St Mary's.
Yeah, it was. They've always been a tough opposition. They play well right from Auskick up, so it was a great effort for the boys to come through.
And I guess you're a few rounds into the season now. Have you been impressed with the improvement you've seen from the boys in the early stages?
Yeah, well, the under-16Cs, they didn't have any practice matches. On the first match, they didn't even have a coach, and on that Saturday morning, a few of the parents got together because we wanted the boys to play, and we got together. They hadn't played, so it's been great. They've really teamed well, and their best is yet to come.
And being the seaside as well, I imagine you've got a few first-year kids in there. How do you sort of manage them, just taking the step from under-14 to under-16 football?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is a good question, that one. It is hard, but with the team and I think the mateship that they've shown, it makes it easier with training, etc., and the guys bring them in. So they've slowly taken the step, but the opposition are in the same boat too, so it hasn't been too bad.
And you've been playing the grading games for the first few weeks. Where do you sort of expect to land in terms of divisions?
Well, I suppose depending on the number of grades that they're going to have, and that where we're currently probably in around the fifth, sixth, depending on the opposition, because we don't know where they are.
Yeah. With three sides as well, do you expect a few of the boys that are playing well to take that step up and be part of the second side, or are they going to stay put throughout the year?
Yeah, for sure, and that's already happened. We've got 5 that played in the first match. They're up playing in the a couple are playing in the seniors actually, and in the second as well. So that fluctuates every match. You don't know until Saturday who's in, who's out. But yeah, we get over it.
And with training as well, with the three sides, are the boys all training together, or do you sort of separate and mix it up?
Yeah, they all train together as a group. The A's are in a special group, and then the B's and the C's are trained together, yeah.
Lovely, Mark. All right, thanks for your time. Well done again on your side's win against St Mary's this morning.
No worries. Thanks for that.
We're joined by Jack and Michael from the St Joseph's Under-16s. And boys, you've just come off a pretty good win. I imagine you're feeling pretty sore after playing the game in pretty tough conditions.
Yeah, it was pretty slippery out there. Yeah, just pretty hard, pretty cold, run hard the whole game. And
St Mary's too, Jack, they're always going to be our tough opponents. You've done pretty well to take a win there.
Yeah, they came out pretty well in the first quarter, scored a couple of goals and had us a bit worried, but we turned around and played to our best and, yeah, come home with a good win.
Credit to you boys as well, I guess. As Mark said, you are probably, at the start of the season, you didn't even know if you were going to have a coach or anything. You've come through and claimed a win in the grading games now. You must be looking forward to the way the season's going to go.
Yeah, we're a few short on players at the start of the year, but now a few players have come up, so we've got a full team now, I think.
And I imagine to rouse yourself out of bed every Saturday morning must be a pretty tough ask, Jack. You must just really love footy and have a passion for the game to be getting up and playing on the icy conditions that we saw today.
Yeah, it's 6:30 mornings with Dad. It's not great, but yeah, once you get out there and warm up and you see all your teammates with you, and yeah, it just gives you sort of need to want to come play, and yeah.
Great to see that team spirit happening in St Joseph's. Thanks for your time, boys. We've been joined again by Jack and Zach from the St Joseph's Under-16s. The boys just coming off a very good win. I imagine you must be feeling pretty good about yourselves.
Oh yeah, it was a great win.
Yeah, played well and got the result. That's all that matters.
And just tell us a little bit about your role in the side as well.
I was playing ruck and trying to get the ball out to the forward.
So playing ruck as well. You've always got to give a contest all day, and I guess in pretty tough conditions out there, you must have had to work pretty hard.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty tough match.
And Zach as well. What role did you play in the side today?
I was playing wing, getting onto every pack. You know.
So as a winger, do you normally do you throw yourself in there, or do you try and maybe stay a little bit outside and just win a few balls and get it up forward?
I throw myself in, you know.
That's good to see. Have a very good attitude. And as I said to the other boys, you were probably a bit unsure about yourselves at the start of the season where you were going to go, but you must be just happy to be out there every Saturday morning kicking around and wearing that St Joseph's jumper with pride.
Yeah, it's great.
And you love the club as well, Zach?
Yep, good. You get to kick around with your mates and have fun.
No, that's what footy's all about, boys. We thank you for your time here on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. Thank you for your company on the Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show. We hope you will join us again next week, Friday morning at 7 a.m. here on Channel 31. Good luck to all the junior football and netballers this weekend.
Geelong Junior Football and Netball Show brought to you by Read the Play, promoted Trophy and Clothing Company, Kempi International.